Elsewhere, youth leadership and gender equality dominated discussions at the high-level dialogue in Nairobi County, with leaders noting that the high cost of politics continued to lock many young men and women out of leadership spaces. The forum brought together youth leaders, government officials, development partners, civil society organizations and a former head of state to explore ways of increasing youth participation in governance and decision-making.
The dialogue, convened by Club de Madrid, Neuro Trust Network and the SDGs Kenya Forum, highlighted challenges limiting young women from accessing leadership opportunities. Speakers noted that Kenya has made progress through policies such as the 2/3 gender rule and the National Policy on Women's Economic Empowerment, but weak implementation continues to slow meaningful inclusion.
The ideal is the 2/3. As we have had today, the judiciary is at 56%, the executive is at 43%, Parliament is still lagging behind, and there's some work to be done in Parliament.
Former Botswana President Mokgweetsi Masisi urged governments and institutions to move beyond symbolic commitments and create opportunities for young people through education, mentorship and leadership inclusion.
It's important for government to create an ambient environment for young people to be young people. Democratize it, liberate it, and cushion it.
Special Advisor on Women's Rights in the Office of the President, Harriet Chigai, said deep-rooted patriarchy and discrimination against young women remain major barriers to leadership.
We must delink from silo mentality. Silo mentality where we infuse and close out many people who have the opportunity to grow, they just don't have the platform. Because in most cases, we suppress young upcoming leaders at the detriment of the continuity of our society.
Funding is always a challenge. It will always be a challenge, and we know that elections are very expensive, not only in Kenya. I think across the continent, funding is super expensive. I would say that when you know that you want to sit, start with your community. Because those are the people who believe in you. Those are the people who you are championing and campaigning for. And I think start from there.
On her part, UN Women Kenya Country Representative Antonia Sodanona and the UNDP Kenya Deputy Resident Representative Madalena Monoja noted that despite constitutional provisions supporting gender equality, implementation remains slow.
It is about fundamentally power sharing. Sharing political power and sharing representation. The progress has been slow. I give you the example of the Political Parties Act, which requires gender-inclusive nominations, but parties ignore it because non-compliance has no cost.
Together with our colleagues here, like UN Women and others, are going to be able to work with women at different grassroots to ensure that they indeed get the capacity they need to be able to register or to be able to develop their manifesto or to just be able to actively participate in the political process. And obviously this political process is at all levels.